Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Tonya Barge, candidate for Clay County Judge. Good morning, young lady.
Good morning.
You know, I have known you for a couple minutes, and I am so excited to hear about you running for judge.
Thank you.
So I was driving down the street one day, and I saw this giant sign, and it happened to have your name on it. Tell us what it is you're doing, where you're running, and why people need to vote for you.
Steve, when you hear the name Tonya Barge, you should think of three things: faith, family, and service. I'm a woman of faith. I'm a wife of 13 years, a mother of 2 beautiful children, and I'm a woman of service. I've spent the last 19 years of my life serving my community.
Yes, and I know that you have done a lot of things as I followed your career as an attorney.
Yes.
That was not necessarily things that, most people do. And what inspired you to run for judge? Because, you just don't wake up one day and say, you know what, I think I'm going to be a judge.
That is very true. But for me, the role of a judge is the highest form of public service. And as I just said, in 19 years, all I did was serve. Starting at 17, serving my country. Then I did civil service work for 6.5 years. And the last 10 years has been in public service as a career prosecutor. So naturally, the next step is to continue my service as a judge.
For the folks that maybe don't understand the different worlds of law, right? So you're an attorney, so
Yes.
you deal with this on a daily basis. Why is, you say you worked as prosecutor,
Yes.
right? So you're putting bad people at least to trial, and to whether or not they are innocent or guilty is not for your determination.
Correct.
But you're doing your best to protect society. And then if people actually didn't do something, well, then you guys have that conversation too. How does that skill set as a prosecutor in the legal world, because there's 15,000 different kinds of lawyers,
Right.
how does that prosecutor history that you've done over the last decade translate into that next step, and what does that do that makes you the best fit as a candidate, whether in general or compared to the other folks that are running right now?
So the role of a prosecutor every day is to evaluate the law and determine if the facts, that is what the police say happened, who, what, when, where, and why, whether those facts apply to the law. So every day I make that judgment call. Same judgment calls I'll be making as a judge. Are they following the law? Is the prosecutor following the law? Is the defense attorney following the law? Are these persons' rights being upheld? And so I do that every day. I've done it every day for almost 10 years. That would be the same role that I would be doing as a judge, making those tough calls, because it's not easy, especially not handling sexually motivated offenses and homicides. It's hard to make those calls and to know whether or not the calls are sound in the law.
And you deal with that kind of stuff every day, like you said, for a decade. And I would imagine that your job is never done. As a judge, obviously, you go from, hey, this is why we think this individual's, innocent or guilty, prosecution or defense. At the end of the day, you're going to have to make that call, which may actually change the course of somebody's life,
Sure.
positively or negatively,
Absolutely.
forever.
Yes.
And so that's a very big responsibility. I appreciate the opportunity to hear about that. If people want to find out, when's the election? It's coming.
The election is August 23rd, so it's very close.
So we have, as of this taping, about a month.
Yes.
If people want to find out more about your candidacy, your value proposition, service to country, service to community, what's the best way for them to reach out and connect with you?
My website is tonyabarge.com. I also have a Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Tonya Barge. It has my email, phone number, all the ways in which people can get in contact with me.
And that's Tonya with an O and Barge as it sounds.
Yes.
I mean, as a
Barge
guy
like
with
the boat.
as a guy with a one syllable first name and last name, it's amazing the different spellings that you can get out of that. So TonyaBarge.com, Facebook / Tonya Barge. The Google machine will probably find you.
Yes, for sure.
And for the people that are wanting to support, because I know that campaigns are not cheap, and I know that campaigns are not free.
Yes.
And you have probably putting your time, energy, and resources in. If somebody wants to donate, can they do that on the page as well?
They can do that on the website.
All right. So August 23rd, vote for Tonya.
Yes.
Right. Empress of all that she precedes, as a service, as judge.
Yes.
In Clay County.
Correct.
which is for the folks not here in Jacksonville, right outside a bedroom community, a city right next to us.
Yes.
And then if they want to find out more, TonyaBarge.com/Facebook, TonyaBarge.com, and they can donate, learn about your value prop, and I guess what can they do most to help? I guess go out and pull a trigger for somebody named Tonya.
Yes, turn out and vote. Visit my Facebook page, follow me on Facebook, and be there at the polls on August 23rd.
It is exciting to see what would happen in the next month. So when you do become judge, love to maybe have you back and talk about what your journey was that got you there.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming in. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Steve.
Guys, thanks for joining us on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.